Hello, 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 all the King's men. Welcome to another Friday assessment. Yes, yes, you have made it across another week. So we are going to celebrate. I am celebrating with you. Why? Because this is another win, because you mustered up the strength to make it across another week. Remember, because you made it across another week, that is a milestone. Remember, you got to celebrate the milestones in order to keep that motivation, to keep the energy that you need in order to regroup, to make it to your goal, to make it to the vision that God has given you. Yes, it's so important. That's why, look, even in the professional world, when a project manager has what they call milestones, those milestones are nothing but letting them know that they're on the right path. Oh my God. That's why it's so important for the Friday assessment. We're going to talk about milestones today. We're going to talk about milestones. Why are we going to talk about milestones? Because milestones is that check. It's that check for purpose. Oh my God. Yes, it's the check for purpose. Why? Because there's some areas that you're succeeding in. There's some areas that you're not succeeding in because you don't have that check in there. And remember, this is all about purpose. As men, we want to live out our purpose in this earth. My God, we want to live it out to the fullest. So I want to know, why are you not living out purpose? Why are you not having success? My God, what I need you to do you really, the reason why it's so important to assess, because sometimes we could be experiencing success and have our eyes on the wrong thing. We could be experiencing success in what God told us, but because we got our eyes on something, or we got our eyes on tomorrow, and we cannot see today. Why? Look, the reason I would say that is because God gives us grace and mercy. And what he do? He renews it every day. He renews our mercies day by day. He gives us just enough for today. So what I need you to do, I need you to live in today. Yes, follow the plan. Follow the plan. But what I need you to do is live it today. Why? Because you have been your biggest enemy. You have been your biggest enemy. And don't be afraid to say that. Why? Because we are often the biggest enemy, that we're often the one that's in the way. If we would just get out of the way and follow the plan, if we would just get out of the way, stop looking at somebody else and trying to make your path, your plan, your journey look like somebody else. I am trying to tell you something that's going to help you today. Why is this going to help you? Because this is going to start to help you to live out what God told you to do. This is going to start to help you live out the purpose that God has put on the inside of you. Remember, everybody is part of a body. We are all part of a body. All the King's men as believers, we're all a part of a body. And it's the body, it's the church. We're all a part of that body. And in the Bible, it tells us that we are one body, but we have many members. That means that, what does that mean? That means that I may be a finger, I may be an index finger, but you may be a thumb. Or you may be a foot, you may be one of the toes. But remember that you have a part to play. So what I need you to do is focus on your part that you're supposed to be playing. I need you to focus on, why am I not experiencing success? And then you look at the areas that you are experiencing success in. If you look at those areas that you're experiencing success in, you will realize that you're answering the call. You're responding to the exact call that you're supposed to be doing. And because those areas that you're not experiencing success in do not look familiar, you feel that you're not experiencing success. That's often our downfall. You could be on a job for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and you could be like, you know what? I feel like I don't have success. You'd be like, you know what? I don't have success. And when you really sit down and be real with yourself, Yes, yes. When reality, when you sit down and be real with yourself, yes, there's some, you got to be your own critic at that point. Yes, I know we are our own harshest critic, but you have to be transparent with yourself if you're not transparent with nobody else. Be transparent with, be real with yourself. And that's why the assessment is so important, that you be real with yourself. Because when you sit down and you think about it and you be like, you know what? I am blessed. I am blessed beyond measure. I thought I was a failure, but I was a failure because I was not operating in my own lane. I was not operating in my own lane. So you know what? Because you wasn't operating in your own lane, you were never going to experience success in that area. Why? Because you were trying to operate as a finger when you were supposed to be operating as a toe. Yes, yes, it's just that simple. It's just that simple. You might be like, man, this dude talking about fingers, parts of the body. But I promise you, remove one of those parts and watch how the other part of the body has to adapt. It has to adapt to that part not being able to pull its load anymore. Look, you are looking at somebody else in the effectiveness of who they are because they're pulling their load. They know their purpose. They stand in their purpose. They stand in their lane. Yes, you know how it is when you try to tell somebody else how to do something and they tell you what? They used to tell you what? Stay in your lane, stay in your lane. Why? Because you need to operate in your lane. They're being effective and they know they're being effective, but you're not being effective. Oh my God. You are not being effective because you keep swerving. You know how it is. You got the two lanes. They said keep it between the ditches is the joke, but you need to keep it between the white line and the yellow line. Yes, that means that you're keeping it in your lane, in your direction of traffic so that you're not hitting nobody else. Why? Because if you go down the wrong way, you're impeding traffic and you cannot make progress. That's why it's so important for the Friday assessment. My God, you got to stay in your lane. Be transparent with yourself because the evidence is there. But you got to open your eyes. It's time to wake up, men of God. It's time to wake up, all the king's men. Don't be afraid anymore. It's time to wake up. You're being bamboozled. You're being deceived. You're going according to the way of the world. I need you to say, God, help me to see what I can't see. Help me to get out of my way. You know what the man of God said in the Bible? God, I believe, but help my unbelief. There are areas that the enemy is coming in and he's causing those little small things, those small areas that you allow the enemy to come in. He's allowing you to compare yourself to somebody else. Stop comparing yourself to somebody else. Walk in your own lane, run in your own lane, drive in your own lane. Put that check in your spirit today, all the king's men. So all the king's men, again, I thank you. I encourage you to continue to press. But most of all, I encourage you to perform the assessment because there are some things. It's the small things. Remember, it's the small things. That's all it is. The small foxes that destroy the vine. It's the small things that add up to your success. So do the small things. Quit trying to skip over things that God is saying that you got to go through. Some people may be able to skip steps because of their maturity, because of the things that are already accomplished, but you have not. So all the king's men, endure the journey. Don't forsake the journey. It's a part of where you're going to. It's an experience. Remember, the journey is part of the experience. That's where the fullness comes in. And so all the king's men, I thank you for tuning in today. I thank you for tuning in to another Friday assessment. So all the king's men, be blessed. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And I'm definitely looking forward to meeting you here again after another great week. All the king's men, be blessed.